You working two, three jobs is their business model. You, your better half, your entire family working two, three jobs collectively together to make ends meet is their business model. If you have two, three businesses to make ends meet is their business model. And I'm talking about revenue generation, laws of extraction for revenue generation. That's what I'm talking about. Let me ask you a question. If 70% of your hard-earned income goes up to the public purse for them to do whatever they please with, is it really your job? Or if a big percentile of your hard-earned earning of your businesses go up to the public purse, is it really your business? Let me speak from experience here. Let's just say in the last 2 decades. I've traveled around the world, and I've been to places which are known as communism and socialism and so forth. And a lot of those places that I've traveled, say average 2 trips a year, from business trips to even charity work and so forth. And out of those 2 trips a year times 20, say 40 locations I've been at. At the max, maybe 5 resorts. The rest, 35 plus, have always been places we rented amongst the community, houses, condos, and so forth. So basically using their public gym, using their banking system, their grocery store, within the communities, amongst the communities, going to their houses and all that stuff. I've done that. And I've done it with my family. We've done charity work in places around the world with my spider sense Stuart Kingling, like telling my daughters, get back in the car. So we've done that, right? So I've walked amongst those that have 2, 3 jobs. And people talk about Canada, for example, how it's a socialist country. It's been a socialist country for a very long time. Communist type country. But let me explain the communist countries that I've been at, where the people all have 2, 3 jobs and they make almost nothing. Literally almost nothing. And everything is so expensive that even shoes are on installment. Like, I'm not kidding you. Everything and anything they wanted to purchase was on installment. You know, when in cities like Ottawa and Toronto, for example, you'll see nice cars go by in Vancouver, right? It's a commonality. In those countries, when you saw a nice car go by, it was like a UFO. Why? Because 90% of the population cannot even afford to even think of buying a car like that. The 10 percentile did. That's where we're heading when I talk about communism. When I talk about having 2, 3 jobs or running 2, 3 businesses to make ends meet, we're them on top. You know those individuals, I said this in 2020 to individuals. Anyways, those with the intellectual minds would agree with me. You know, there's some in life that when driving a vehicle, they look around them before changing lane, while others only look in their mirrors, right? Those that look around them looking at blind spot, those are the intellectual individuals I'm speaking of. When I said to them, do you see how blatant they've become? Right? They don't even hide it no more. I'm talking about politicians, talking about leaders that don't even hide how greedy they've become, how blatantly they're using our money for their own whatever they want, right? And a lot of those individuals said, absolutely, I've been seeing it too. And this is what I'm talking about, like $1,000 per hour business trip, or those 5,000 a night hotel rooms, all paid for by the system, right? They don't pay that out of pocket, God forbid. No, they're going to get the system to pay for that. They're going to sign off, and their friends are going to sign off, because if they don't sign off, then they lose their job and their golden pensions and all that stuff. So they toe the line and they sign off. That's what I'm talking about. That's where we're heading. And if you haven't traveled the world, when I say to people I travel the world, I'm not talking about resorts, spending a week, spending 2 weeks in a resort and then coming back. I'm talking about living amongst the people, talking to the people, those that'll tell you they have 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs to make ends meet, where they can't even afford a pair of shoes. That's what I'm talking about. Jean-Guy Bourguignon, Jean-Guy Public Communicator, and I'm speaking to all the intellectuals out there. It's time for you to start communicating, for you to start educating. Eyes need to be wide open.